Hey everybody, Wendy Devereaux here. Welcome to my channel. If you would like to see how I made this blingy bamboo forest, then please keep watching. Okay, so I came up with another idea for a blingy canvas, and I'm going to be using a bamboo stencil. I just have it on top of a green cloth here so you can see the outline of it better. And my combination colors are going to be silver and black, and I picked up some of this iridescent green yellow pebeo studio. It's a very pretty color. I haven't used that yet. And my glitters are green, silver, black, and this is a midnight. I've used this before, and I will leave a complete list of all my items in my description box, and I will point them out as I'm putting them on my canvas. So yeah, you guys, let's get started. Okay, so this is an 18 by 24 inch canvas that I'm using, and the canvas isn't stretched perfectly down here, but that's okay. I'm going to be able to camouflage that with my crushed glass and glitter later on in the video. Right now I am using my silver metallic Acrylique, and I just get these from the dollar store, and I'm going to paint my whole canvas in this silver, and I will definitely have to put a couple of coats. Okay, I'm just going to do it in sections here. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry, put another coat on, and then I will bring you back. Okay, so I have my stencil placed on my canvas where I want it, and what I'm going to do is stencil on this side, and then I will flip it over and then do the same here, and then I'm going to add some of the smaller, shorter ones kind of in the middle. And I don't stencil a lot. I do know that when you stencil, you want to use good brushes, which I do not have. And I'm just going to use this little foam brush and this guy right here. And what I want to make sure is it's going to be more of a dry brush, like very, very little paint on my foam brush here, and then I'm going to tap, and then I'm going to go over it again. So it's going to be in layers, not a lot. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with a lot of bleeding underneath my stencil, and it won't be nice and crisp. But what I'm going to attempt to do later is add some glitter, and I'll add the glitter where I have bleed off, and you'll see what I mean later on in the video. So another thing that you want to do for stenciling is use a thicker paint, not a runny paint. So I'm going to use this acrylic, Simply Acrylic. It's Daler Rowney. This is Walmart carries this brand. So I'm just going to add a little bit on my plate here, and I've got little stars, little marks here, because these three pieces here, I want them in the green. So I'm going to make sure that my stencil is on nice and straight. And I ordered this stencil from Amazon. If you guys like it, I will leave a link in my description box. So I'm just going to tape off the stencil and make sure it doesn't move on me. And then I'm going to tape off the ones that I want in green so that I don't have to worry about getting the black paint on these ones. Okay, so I have the 3 taped off that I want in the green. I'm going to be using the green on those ones. I'm just dipping my foam brush. And now I want to get most of that off. And that will eliminate a lot of the bleeding underneath. Hopefully it'll eliminate all bleeding. This requires patience, you guys. I think I'm going to add some tape here. I don't want to go past my stencil. And this is kind of close to the edge, so I'm just going to go like that. Okay, so I'm just going to start dabbing. And it does look like I'm not getting anything on there, hardly at all anyway, but I am. And I'm holding the stencil down where I am dabbing, just so it doesn't lift up on me. And then I'm just going to continue doing that all the way up my bamboo stencil. And then I will probably end up doing it 2 more times in layers, and then it should give me a nice crisp stencil outline. Okay, so far so good, I hope. I don't think I'm going to have any bleeding under there. And now I want to pull the tape off where I want to paint my leaves green. Okay, and I'm going to have to, everything is so tiny here. I have to cover the leaves that are close by. Where my green ones are going to be. Okay, and now I'm going to use my iridescent green yellow Pebeo Studio. And I'm only going to need a little bit of that. Same thing, I'm going to just get paint on my sponge. And just take my time and do the dry brush. Tap, 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 tap. You could also use, if you don't have any of these little sponge brushes on hand, if you have any of those makeup sponge wedges, you can use those too. Okay, now I'm going to remove my stencil and see what I have going on under here. Oh, that's exactly what I want. And I didn't get any bleed through. Isn't that pretty? Okay, this looks like a hot mess right now, but what I've done is I don't want this side to be exactly like this side. So I've taped off the outer edge of my stencil, this here piece of bamboo here, as well as a couple of others that would make it kind of cumbersome to do. And then the 2 that I want to do in green, I've just made a little G, a little note for myself, so that when I'm done doing the black, I'll pull off that, and that's where my green ones will be going. And then all the rest now is going to be black. Do the same thing that I did over on the other side. Okay, so I have two things going on with my canvas here that I'm not happy with. First of all, this canvas, I knew when I first started that I had some buckling from the canvas not being stretched out properly, but I didn't notice the one up top here until after it was painted, and I'm going to fix that later on. And another thing is my silver paint was pretty old, and there's an imperfection right here that I don't like. So I'm going to fix that by adding some bamboo, but I'm going to overlap it in white. So it's going to actually overlap into my black and green, and I think that's going to look kind of sharp. Okay, so now I have some metallic white Artist Loft, and I have some white glitter. Okay, and now I'm just going to give it a light dusting of some glitter, and I am hoping that some of it will adhere to this paint. Okay, so now I want to add some black glitter onto a few of my bamboo leaves, and this is what I thought I would do initially before I ended up putting it in with the paint here. I'm going to use my TriArt liquid glass, and you can use glue. You can use an Elmer's glue. And what I'm going to do is pick out the thickest pieces to make it easier on myself. And because I'm using black on black, it doesn't have to be perfectly covered with the glitter, right? And that was the whole idea behind this. So I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glass to a plate. I just have it in my squeeze bottle here. And then I have a very thin brush. I just want to get some sparkle in my bamboo. So I'm just brushing it right over the little stencil pieces. Okay, and this is my black fine Recollections glitter. Oh, this is so pretty. I love that. It gives it some dimension as well. And I think what I'm going to do the same with my white. I'm going to add my liquid glass and add my white glitter on it as well, because it kind of bumps it up. It makes it fatter, if you will. Just going to add a little bit. Okay, so I've just brushed off the excess glitter, and I wasn't going to bother framing this piece out with my mini mirror tiles, but I want to camouflage this buckling up top here in my canvas. So I am going to frame it out in a row of 4 with my mini mirror tiles. I get mine from Dollarama, And I'm not going to show this part. I have lots of videos out there adhering my mini mirror tiles to my pieces, so you can watch me do that if you haven't seen me do that already. Okay, so I'm actually glad now that that buckled, because I like this with the mini mirror tile frame around it in the row of 4. So I don't know, I think maybe because I've done so many of them like this, it just seems unfinished to me if I don't have a frame around it. Okay, so now I want to add my crushed glass on some of my leaves up here in the bamboo. And then I'm going to be doing a crushed glass and glitter forest ground down here. I'm going to use my Tri-Art liquid glass again. And I'm going to do the leaves first. And I'm going to pick the ones that are thicker. Okay, so I can get more liquid glass on there. So I'm just going to dab. Okay, and this is the crushed filler glass from IKEA. I don't know if you can get it there anymore. I bought this off of a lady from Marketplace. I'm just going to add some black glitter to this one stem. Okay, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of my Midnight Extra Fine Recollections. Just add a little bit of that in with these leaves. Okay, so now I'm going to do the bamboo forest floor. And then this will hide this other buckle in my canvas. Just gonna kind of meander along. Something like that. And then I'm just going to push, I'm just using a little angular brush here. Just kind of push it up to my mirror tiles here. Okay, and I don't want to fill in. I'm hoping when I put my crushed glass on here, it's not going to push my liquid glass around too much, because I want these spaces in here. These spaces will probably disappear because they're not, there's too much liquid glass there. Okay, that's about all that I want. And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the black, just the plain black. Okay, and a little bit of the Midnight. I want to leave a little bit of my liquid glass exposed because I want to add some of this green. I did add a little bit on this leaf right here, but I want to add just a little of this. Okay, and then I'm going to go over it and finish with the black and cover any of the liquid glass that's exposed. I'm just pressing them down into the liquid glass to make sure that they are really adhered well. Because there was, like, these were such small spaces, right? Okay, I'll bring you back when this is dry. Okay, this is all dry and ready to be brushed off. Okay, I'm going to give that a quick vacuum and see if I need to do any touch-ups. Okay, this is all vacuumed off. Oh, there are a couple of touch-ups that I need to make. I was more focused on the bottoms of the black bamboo, and I didn't even pay attention to this white one. And that's okay, because I really like these gaps over here. And I'm going to build up my crushed glass and glitter so that I have a space here and maybe in here, but I need to make sure that the space does not include any of the bamboo bases, otherwise that'll look funny. So I'll fill it in here, and then I can bring it up like this. And I missed this little jasper because this leaf is part of this piece here, and I think I'm going to add some green glitter like this one over here to this one, and maybe add some black glitter to this one right here. So I'm going to do those touch-ups, and then I will hang it on the wall and display it for you. Okay, everybody, here's the finished look. I cannot tell you how tickled I am about this piece. For someone who does not know how to draw, even stick people, this is a wonderful way to add glitter and crushed glass to a piece with an actual design of something. Like this you could do with flower stencils, any kind of stencil. But I love bamboo. I absolutely love bamboo. Oh, this is so pretty. I am so happy with the way this turned out. And you can add glitter, crushed glass to any of your leaves. You can add it to all of them if you want. It's all a preference, right? And I like the one white bamboo in the middle. It just kind of breaks up the black and the silver. Oh, you guys, this is so beautiful. I love this stencil. And then here I added I added more black glitter, which I really, really love that black glitter. And then I added more green glitter to that leaf there. Oh, you guys, this is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And then my bamboo forest floor. Oh, I love this. I'm so excited. And just a little bit of green glitter in that forest floor. That turned out really well. I like the spaces. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing more of these. I got to find some more stencils that I really like in flowers. And I love that white glitter. Like, look at that white glitter. Just a pure white. Just pops. There's some black glitter. It's stuck on my canvas just because of the static. I'm going to have to use a bounce sheet to get that off. Oh, love, love, love this, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. So yeah, you guys, if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel and it helps me know that you like this kind of stuff, right? And then I'll keep doing it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell and you will be notified when I upload all my future videos. And as always, you guys, I so appreciate you taking the time to watch, and God bless.